I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Bistelli is out this evening. Mrs. Billings?
Here.
Mr. Sirianni?
Yes.
Dr. Selly?
Here.
Mr. Pallone?
Here.
I hereby certify that this meeting has been published in the newspaper in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and posted as required by law.
Okay, so we have 6 items on the agenda this evening. The first is Plaza Court and Pullman Avenue with Lieutenant Shirley and Mr. Hayes. We're going to go on to the Union Avenue loading zone, Stone Hut repairs, some bond refinancing, IT shared services with West Long Branch, and of course the review of the regular meeting agenda. So we'll start with Lieutenant Shirley and Mr. Hayes on Plaza Court and Pullman Avenue.
It's going to be Lieutenant Shirley mostly doing it.
Okay.
How are you guys?
Good.
Well, the good news is this is our last FEMA project, so we're done after this. As you guys remember, we went back and forth about different ways to arrange Plaza Court. We went out to bid and successfully awarded a bid. What's going to happen, they're actually almost done. They're done with the drainage and the sub-base, and now all they have to do is the paving. What we've done here is we've actually jotted out a little bit here, and we've created 3 parking spots and then a turnaround here. Previous to this, there was no parking down there. The residents are aware of what we're doing. We've kept them in the process the entire time. And by doing this, what it's actually going to create is it'll create 3 marked parking spots. We're actually going to mark and line them and then do no parking everywhere else with signage so that they know what's going to happen. At the end here, one of the requests that you guys made was that there's a little area where it turns from asphalt to like pavers, and there's going to be a bench and a garbage can and a little area for people to sit there and so that's the design. The street's going to be paved from where the pavers are all the way to Ocean Avenue, and that should all be done next week.
Yeah, but possibly by the end of this week if things go. So we had to do, we did as part of a FEMA project from the storm, but now in order to create the spaces, we had to do an ordinance in order to enforce it, so.
Was this the one where we had the walk, the raised area up so that they can go up and over?
Raised area up and
Well,
over.
it was, but now with beach replenishment.
It's kind of flat.
Everything's changed.
It's almost that grade at the end of the street there.
That was part of the project that was proposed but never adopted for the privatizing of the end of that street, which the council rejected.
And we've kept those 2 homeowners in the loop, and they know everything that's going on.
There's actually a truck ramp there, I think, to get onto the beach, so he can get a vehicle up.
No, is there parking on the going?
It's only 3 marked spots, that's
That's
it.
it. No parking on the
Everywhere else
street.
is no parking.
No parking.
And there never was.
Yeah, right. We've created 3 spots that weren't there.
By ordinance, no parking.
Oh,
used to park there a lot.
I know, I
And
know.
you finally did something
Yeah,
about
we did
50
this
years ago.
Yes, exactly.
They parked there because there was no ordinance prohibiting it. So-
Currently, there is, I don't know.
There were signs, but there were no ordinance to back it up. Now it's correct.
And they're aware.
Yes.
The residents love no parking.
It was hard enough when you had parking on one side, much less
Yes.
with 2.
It's a very
was
small
impossible.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Kate, you're good. Michael? Mary Jane, do you have any questions? We're on Plaza Court.
No, that's fine.
Pullman Avenue is a little simpler. Actually, if you guys remember, Pullman actually came out further, and part of what we did was, because we wrote them as one PW together, we went to FEMA with the formula for both projects, and then we shortened the roadway in order to do the improvements we needed to do on Plaza, because there wasn't drainage there, and we needed it, so now both streets have drainage like they should. So Pullman Avenue was a much simpler job. Again, it's getting paved, the drainage has been repaired, and it's actually, what we did was we made it even with the adjacent properties. If you see what they've done, so they're adjacent to the properties, and then we'll gradually grade it off so it looks just like the adjacent properties there.
And on Pullman, we're doing parking on the north side.
North side of the
And no parking on the south side.
And that grade is much nicer.
Well, now, yes, it was.
It's a fairly big drop. But once we get done and FEMA finds it all out, we're going to look to DPW to put possibly a staircase there to make it easier.
Compared to what it was.
Oh, yeah. But it's still a pretty good incline there.
Kate, Michael? Mary Jane, any questions on Pullman?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to Union, Lieutenant.
We're going to have ordinances prepared then to go.
They're on tonight.
No, I don't think they're on.
Yes.
No?
I don't think they're on.
Oh,
They're on- they're
I didn't-
They're included in the package.
They're in the package, but I don't believe.
No,
We're
they're not.
going to introduce them next meeting.
I didn't know there was
Yeah.
Did you put the?
It's on the drive, on the,
This one?
yeah, no, on this drive. I'll read into that. I have to look at this one. Good.
So here, I just did 2 pictures for you. So what's happening with Rook is, obviously, they shut down their operations in Ocean. They were sort of split for a while. So now they're completely here. This is their headquarters. And the trucks that they need to get into their parking lots, it doesn't work for them. And what there is there's a loading bay here, which I actually also have a picture of. See the door here? What they want to do is that's where they want to load and offload all of their large trucks from. So what they came to us and proposed is that we do a loading zone here, so the cars don't park there and they can offload their, load and unload their trucks. We thought it was a reasonable request. They're doing a lot of business out of there, and we're just trying to help them out. So the ordinance would be to do a loading zone from the inlet all the way down to the light bulb. And if you look at the aerial.
Did you say they're changing the building too, or no?
No,
Because
they just.
they got large openings on the other side of the building.
Right, they have them on this side, but they can't get the trucks to where they need to. This is a more straight run for them where they can.
They'll just
actually get-
unload there and wheel them in?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Exactly.
It's safer too, the trucks aren't double parking, so.
Right. No, that's fine.
Michael? Mary Jane?
I'm okay.
Okay.
What was that for me? I gotta do the, so we have to do this, don't have?
Thanks, Lieutenant. Okay, next is stone hunt repairs. Mr. Hayes?
So, Faith Tettlebaum from the Whale Pond Watershed Association has approached you last year, earlier in the budget cycle, and you set aside $4,000 as part of her matching grant from the state. She's asked you to increase it to $5,000 this year. So I believe there's a resolution. Is the resolution online for tonight?
Yes.
I think it is. For your consideration, and I'm sure everyone's familiar with the stone hut in the middle of the lake by Eleanor Avenue, and this is going to do masonry repairs to keep the structure sound.
Power wash getting fixed.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pointing and filling in of
Once they
the
power
water.
wash it, they're gonna find a lot more.
Yeah, so she has a price of $8,500. And I think she wanted to get to 10 because in case she anticipated getting a little more issues, so.
They take a couple of that grime off the power washing.
Yep, so that was it.
Price of water looks so weird.
Yeah, I know.
This is an older photo. I think Charlie said it was back in 97 maybe.
So it's just a weird look.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe the color of it or something.
Looks like
It also
trees.
might have been before we dredged it 2 years ago. Yeah.
Michael, Kate, you good with that?
Yes.
Mary Jane?
I'm okay.
Okay, so we're moving on to bond refinancing. Mr. Martin?
Thank you, sir. We have an opportunity to refinance some bonds originally issued in 2007. We're going to refund the last 4 years that are left on the principal payments. And with this refinancing, it's very similar to like remortgaging your house with a lower interest rate. The city is looking to save anywhere between $180,000 and $190,000 over the course of the 4 years of paybacks and interest. So it's very advantageous for the city to do, and my recommendation.
Mike, how do you determine, like, when you have outstanding debt, what you can use to refinance like that? How's that determined?
Well, you can't refinance for the first 10 years of the issuance. So after that, it's eligible for refinancing, and this is at the 10-year mark, and the rates are lower than when we originally went out for original financing. So we did the numbers, and that's what we came up with.
So you just look at it periodically and see when there's an opportunity?
Yes.
who's got it on board? Our guys.
Okay, any questions
Yeah.
on that?
Just the reason we can't tell you exactly what the savings is going to be, it depends upon the rate at the moment of the sale. So that's a range, it's a good safe range the chief financial officer is giving you.
Dr. Selly, any questions on that?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, and the next item then is the IT shared services with West Long Branch, also Mr. Martin and Mr. Hayes.
So we were approached by the Borough of West Long Branch. As you know, we have some shared services that now, the finance department, purchasing department. They're having quite a difficult time with their IT services. Mike sent our folks over to look at what they had. We came up with a program, and it's, I think, $20,000.
Yeah, we're going to charge them $20,000 for labor costs only. They're still going to absorb all their software maintenance fees and things like that and all their hardware costs. And we're going to give stipends to both our IT gentlemen, both Will and Alex, for their time there. And the city will still keep in excess of about $7,000 above and beyond our labor cost. So kind of works out for everybody. They'll get a better service for their IT. Long Branch will create some extra revenue, and hopefully everybody will be happy.
So they'll basically work their full-time positions here and then go over
Oh, yeah.
there in off hours or
During their working day,
right,
we're not sure how much time they'll spend over there. They may do bucket remotely.
right.
It won't be strictly after 4:30,
Right.
because some things have to happen
Right, I understand.
during the day, but it won't be consecutive. It'll be in addition to
How are
their
they
regular
gonna
hours
charge
here.
this one?
They already have a
We have
vehicle.
an old car that we use for IT, because they're down in the summertime. They're at the beachfront every day working on the Wi-Fi cameras.
And the terms for that, Mike, if it doesn't work out, it works out,
This is just a preliminary discussion. Their council conceptually approved it. I just want to discuss with you guys. We're going to come back to you with an actual shared service agreement next meeting, probably, with the actual terms. But right now, I just want to do November, December, and all next year. We'll do a 14-month deal just to get them started. And if it works out for both sides, maybe we'll do a longer term next time around.
It'll be an opt-out clause for both of us.
How many hours a week do you think this will take?
We estimated 4 per person.
Okay.
Any other questions? Kate, Michael? Dr. Selly, anything else?
No, that's fine.
Okay, great. So what's left is just a review of the regular meeting agenda. Michael? Kate? Dr. Selly?
I'm okay.
Okay. If we don't have any further questions, I need a motion to close the public portion of the meeting. All in favor?
So moved.
Sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?